Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in. So today is 11/11. This is officially our start of the new year. Astrologically, this is very beautiful. So anyway, it's a master manifestation portal day. This is a day where you really want to be thinking about all of the things that you want to create. This is a powerful time for quantum level leaping, jumping, accessing higher timelines. This is a major one for closing out karmic contracts, dissolving things. Energetically, it's literally like, what they're showing me is if you've seen stairs coming down from heaven. The stairs are there if you want to get on the stairs and rise to a higher level, or you can stay where you're at. So this is a big one for higher level, but see, it comes at a choice. You have to choose the staircase, but the door is open. The door is open for you to choose to walk up those stairs, to go towards your peace, your serenity, your paradise. Utopia has been coming out a lot. The higher vibrational frequencies, they're here, but see, you have to raise up to anchor them. Those, like the staircase does not come to you to step on to a higher level if you're holding on to low vibrational energies, because those things anchor you. You're holding on to anger, sadness, grief, resentment, jealousy. All of those energies are going to anchor you to a lower vibrational frequency where you can see the door, but you ain't gonna be able to access it. You ain't gonna be able to go through it. So if you're at that point, this stuff could be coming up too, following this very huge, powerful super full moon in Taurus that we're still feeling, because this was the one to really like close things out. Okay, I keep hearing solidify, but I didn't want to use it in that term because we're not solidifying these things, but I guess solidifying the closure. Like for some of you, it's taken you multiple times to close some of these doors down. Maybe it's like you shut the door and pop open. You know what I mean? Somebody like that could look like somebody keep coming back through. Right? You repeating cycles. And I was explaining like the yo-yo a little bit, like from 3D to 5D ascension, you kind of go back and forth a little bit. You get a taste of the 5D, you get on that timeline, but then something happens where you get pulled back to 3D. So you kind of go back and forth. But I guess what they're showing me is like this time it's literally like so powerful. Like once you get on this staircase, the staircase is moving. So because it's moving, the same people that could open up that door to you, they're going to go looking for that door and they can't open it now because it ain't there. So that's what I mean, like with this, it's just like things are really changing up because we've hit this reset. Like just yesterday, what did I get? Like 3 10s, aces, all out in a reading, and I was like, look at this reset. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Like the reset is here, y'all. Okay. So that's why this is so powerful. That's why I say ascension is always a choice. If you waiting for the saving, then baby, you down there. Because you have to save yourself. You have to heal yourself. You have to find the kingdom, the peace, the serenity, and all of that from within. You're integrating the energies. Like if you want to ascend, you need to be filled with love and light to be able to reach and have access to these higher timelines, these portals, right? And that's how you set yourself free. You know how relieving it is to let go of like grief? You know what I mean? Like if you ever just sat there, like you've been so angry at somebody, right? Then they on your mind. You're thinking about things. You're thinking about what they did to you. You know how much easier it is just to go, you know what? I forgive them because they did that from a place of being hurt. They did that from a wounding that they had. They did that because they didn't feel lovable enough. Like, oh, that's unfortunate. I forgive them. Guess what? Boom. Now all of that is gone. Now I don't have to sit here in this energy of like mad, anger, sad. I don't have to be thinking about them. Do you see what I mean? How easily it is when you forgive people, you set yourself free, right? It's kind of like I was saying yesterday in the reading I was doing that I'm like, I feel this very beautiful energy. It's this energy where it's like, even though you're getting revealed to you all of the things that the enemy has done to you, because it's to show you, to help you solidify the closure of these doors and why certain people can't go with you. But don't get mad and angry finding out all of the things that they've done to you, because it's that energy. It's like if you knew that the reason why they did them was because they were so hurt, their brain is wired in a way, kind of like I was explaining, like a mental illness. You know, like when people have mental illnesses and certain things, it's PTSD and all of that, they're triggered, right? It's like their mind gets stuck on repeat on a cycle. That's why it triggers like certain things, and then they get stuck in it and they go through all the emotions and things like that. And literally, like, that's what it is, right? People get stuck, okay, in these patterns in the cycle, and the way that the body, like the nervous system, I'm feeling to say has been altered with the fear-based matrix and all of that, is to be like angered, have like anger as a way to protect itself. Okay. And that's wrong. That's why so many people like jealousy. You know, when people are jealous, that can look very bitter. When people are jealous, they gossiping, they talking, they saying bad things. But jealousy really comes from like that feeling of just like, of not feeling like you're good enough, and like, and you get mad instead of getting sad for not having something, but then it's really you that's limiting yourself from being able to have that. You know, you're the one that's imposing the jealousy. Like if you're seeing something in reality, then you're capable of having it too. Well, who is stopping it from coming to you? You are. Okay. And if it's people that are blocking it, which people very much can, well, then why are you allowing them in your world blocking you? You know, I don't care if they have a title in your life. I don't care if they're a family member, they're a friend, they're a coworker, whatever. Distance yourself. Stop letting them have access to you. Stop letting them imprint on your energy, because whoever you surround yourself with, that's who's sharing your auric field. That's, you know, now things got to manifest for their reality along with yours because you're intertwining with them, right? Be careful of who you mix your energy with. So you do have the power to control things in your world and in your realm. So for some of you, you were under karmic contracts and cycles. That's why for some of you, like you were trying to send these flowers out, but from a higher level, there was certain karma to play. And for some of you, you were literally triggers for some of them for their clearing. Like you need to realize that, like that's the way Source does things energetically, even our karmic contracts and things like that. Like you both have something to teach one another. So you know, their part might not have been done yet, and you will be compensated for that. For those of you that you were getting stuck down timelines where you learned your lesson, you did your healing, but somebody kept pulling you down their timeline because you were being used from a higher level to give them their teaching or whatever. But the thing is, for some of you, like you were holding on to those things because you weren't releasing, or you were getting tricked, because we are hearing about the destiny swapping and all that. Literally the destiny swapping and stuff is where people are just getting tripped up, and you know, they're not realizing that they've mastered their lessons and stuff, that they're staying on timelines for others, you know. And sometimes it's just little things like, you know, because of the fear-based matrix and all of that, it's been taking a lot of people realizing that money and all of that is just a vibrational frequency, and really you can let go of that and be just fine. It's just when you're in the materialism and you think like, yeah, I need to have a job to have all of these things, but you need to realize like your basic needs and things like that will always be met by the divine. Like you will not authentically, you know, like if you just trust in the divine, like you will be taken care of and provided for. You will always be aligned with people, with shelter, with food, with all of that. I mean, yeah, you might not have the money, you know what I mean, to go get your beautiful, you know, sports car that you want and things like that at that moment. If you're not working or doing anything towards your passions, your dreams and desire, because you got to not look at money as like the root of all evil. But it's one of those, like, say you're in this position, like, well, you know what, I'm not going to work this job anymore because it's very toxic, but I don't know what my passions and dreams and desires are, but I'm going to trust that. I'm going to trust that I'm going to co-create and with the divine, and then I'm going to find, you know, or it's like for some of you, like if you're needing to get out of a situation and you don't know what that looks like or whatever, like you will be aligned, you will be taken care of, but it's having that trust and that faith, right? So anyway, a lot of people get hung up in that energy where they have fear that they won't have their things provided for. People have the fear of losing their homes, of not having food to eat, right? And things like that. So that could have been hanging up some of you. You literally could have learned all of your lessons, but codependency was the last one. But from a higher level, it's like, all right, well, you're still in the codependency one or whatever, you need to heal that, but this person, you know, needs to, okay. There's so much more. Like, you need to realize the interconnectedness of everything. I don't know why everybody just hasn't figured out that we are all one with God, divine source, that God, divine source, literally wanted to experience separation in itself, and that's why it's all separated. We are all God, divine source, you know, but you got to connect, and it's about us coming back together. So when you're fighting with somebody, when you're having the resistance and all of that, you're undoing everything. Like, you're not being part of the interconnectedness of coming a oneness. Like, that has been like this, the whole plan, the whole goal of coming back together, whatever oneness. So, all right. I feel like I'm on a whole nother level than a lot of you are ready for. So, the seed was planted there. Anyway, let me go back to this portal energy. So, some people need to experience the darker, denser energies. Like, you know, what you learn, like, you have to go through hard situations to have the compassion and the forgiveness and to learn to release and let go. Like, I'll admit, I was a spoiled brat before. I was very materialistic. I was greedy with, like, money and resources and things like that until I lost it all. And then until I realized, you know, what it felt like to go hungry, what it felt like to not have my home and not have these things. And then when I was aligning with others and then I was a mirror to all of it, and I was seeing all of it, it really opened me up and allowed me to be like, wow, I was so, like, focused on just, like, little things, like what it would be like to just have a home right now, you know, to not have to eat donations. And how grateful I was for having them, you know, but at the same time, you know, just knowing that, like, I took for granted just the little things of just having money to be able to go down to the store and whatever and get them, and just those different things. Like, you don't learn those things until you go without, right? But that's why all of us really do experience these hardships and stuff. They're lessons to teach you. And everybody experiences them, whether you see it or not. A lot of people will hide the struggles and the things that they have went through because they're embarrassed by them or whatever. But everybody is always overcoming different things and learning from them. And it's a beautiful thing, you know. It really is, especially when you hear the stories and how people have overcame them, you know, and triumphed from them. So this is a powerful time. So for a lot of you, like, you're recognizing the cycles and the patterns. You're seeing how people have brought you down certain situations. Okay. So you're recognizing this is, you know, a very powerful time to close them out and solidify, you know, where you are starting to create the life of your dreams, the life that you desire. So I've been telling everybody that today is like a powerful day of creating, speaking all of your wishes and all of the things that you want to desire, okay, out into the realm. So if you're catching this in real time, definitely take advantage of today. If you're not, it's fine. You're energetically aligned with this when Source wanted you to see it. Just take the stuff, the guidance, you know, because going forward, don't speak and say the things that you don't want. Okay. All right, Spirit. All right. Hopefully that made sense. Sometimes I don't know what I say when I be channeling. And I don't know. I think they like it when I'm tired because I'm more free to channel. But other times I'm like, did I even make sense? I don't know. And I'm more scattered, too, on portal days because I'm a gatekeeper. So I help protect the gates that are open and things coming through. So I'm exhausted today. Anyways, let's get into some more cards and see some other messages that are coming out. I'm feeling called to the tarot. Didn't I do the magical dimensions already? Emergence is coming out. And the third eye portal. For some of you, new psychic skills and abilities are coming online too. For some of you, you could be getting visions today. Also, visions are a very powerful thing to use for manifestations. You know, not just wanting things, knowing you're deserving of them, saying, this is the timeline that I want. You need to think of it as like if you were a child, if you were creating, if you were writing a little storybook. Remember those little storybooks you got to write that had like the page on top where you drew the picture and then the bottom you wrote something? That's what Spirit just showed me. Like, so they want you to visualize what your new timeline, your new path, the new life, the cycle, the pattern that you want, and speaking the things into existence. That, you know, so saying, even if you're just saying it to yourself. I mean, you could go tell people, you know, this is going to be my life. This, you know what I mean? But you need to own it. And the more that you are, the more stronger you are. Let go of that resistance. What is stopping you from saying, Yeah, it's time I start my dream job because I see myself as being a CEO. I see myself having my own Fortune 500 company. I see myself running it. I can see my office. I can see, you know what I mean? Be confident and talk like that, because if you're restricting yourself, if you can't even be confident enough to tell somebody what it is you deserve and desire to have, then it's you that's holding yourself back. You know? So be bold. That's the first step, right? Then you're co-creating. So now you planted the seed. Now let divine start to bring it in for you. Okay? Like, I know my son's going to be driving his car like in the next month probably, because of how heavily today it's been all about driver's ed, his license, his permit, all of that. I was just like, yeah, well, he already talking about how he going to be meeting me at my work just to drive me home to get his hours in and all of that. And I love that, you know, I'm like, wow, that's going to be so neat, because he's going to be my first one that I actually got to do that. The driver's ed and driving and all of that with, even though he's my third teen. 13 anyways. But that, you know, moving on. Okay, so speaking what you want, you know, that childlike innocence. And you know what's funny is his sister, you know, she's 19. And, you know, we've had a rough situation, if you guys knew about my transitional limits. So that's why we don't have her set up yet, driving, car, all of that. And anyway, so yeah, she's a little bit, you know, like, no, my younger brother is not going to drive before me. So she's been coming at him a little bit today, you know, when he's been talking about how he's going to have his car, he's going to have all this. And I've just been listening to them, you know, but it's like, even though she's giving him that little bit of sibling rivalry, like, no, you ain't driving before me, you ain't going to get your car or whatever. You know what I mean? At the same time, all doing is amping him up more. And I'm like, that's just helping him solidify his manifestations. That's why I said, after listening to the two of them, I'm like, yep, he's definitely going to be driving before and have her car. And as many times as he's been manifesting it and saying it today, like, he's bringing it in a lot faster, because it's really, the more you say things, the faster you solidify them. So I'm like, look at that. In the past, I would be like, I'd shut them down or whatever. And I'm like, even, you know, you see what I mean? Like, even your family, when you start to look at things from a different perspective, like, yeah, my family like really told me I wasn't going to amount to anything or whatever, but really, you know, even though your family may not be on path of, or on your side and supportive of you for your dreams, desires, or your talents, whatever it is, it really is a driving force behind it. And it really does push you, because you do look for satisfaction a lot of your loved ones. But this life really teaches you that you're the one that you need to realize it's your, it's really all about you. Like, I love to just watch my content back, the work that I do, the things that I do. Like, I love it when I go like re-merchandise a section in a department or whatever. Like, I just don't go do it and walk away. Like, when I'm done, I will walk in. I'll be like, damn, this looks good. I did good. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stuff you have to do. I don't look for outside praise. Like, I know it's seen. You know, sometimes I get told I could do a good job. Other times I don't. But it's like, I do. And I know that sometimes some of the girls gossip or whatever because they don't like how I redo things, especially if I'm doing something somebody else did, because sometimes I don't know if people just set something and then I come and reset it. I'm a merchandiser, if I didn't tell you guys, so I merchandise clothes, whatever. So anyways, like, I love having that creative talent, that spark, and like, I do it for me, and like, it's fun. You know what I mean? So there's something about that. I keep talking about like jobs and cars, things like that. So for some of you, like, you're realizing you're the one that has been holding yourself back, right? So, you know, and it doesn't have to just be on a portal day. This is just a very, very powerful time. But you know what? For some of you that even missed this on the 11th, that still these cycles have closed out, because energetically, like, for a lot of you, I can't even tell you like just how many karmic cycles from a higher level are done, because energetically, whether you are conscious of it and speaking it or not, energetically, you still were above it. So the cycle's not going to repeat. So that's what I mean. Like, it is such a beautiful time. And the energy that's been coming through this portal, this gateway, the doors, like, I'm getting so excited. Like, it's hard to contain it. Like, and now I know why, like, this had to be integrated. And there was a lot of us that needed to integrate it and kind of, like, pour it out in flows, because it's a lot. It's kind of like if all of a sudden, like, have you ever been inside? isolated for a while, like you were sick or whatever, and like you didn't go out in the sun. And then you do. And the first time you come out, you're like, damn, I can't see. It's so bright, you know, like you need a little bit of time for your eyes to adjust. Like that's what it's like. You know what I mean? Like if it's too powerful, it will self-destruct. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, they keep showing me the movie Lucy. Like 100% optimization. Where, like, well, look what happened once all of a sudden she was accessing, you know, 100%. Like, literally, that's what I feel like God's source has been doing. I really think that that's a big part of it. And, like, we are all part of this. And it's like the higher levels of consciousness are the ones that get to the higher levels of frequency and have clicked more and are accessing more parts of their DNA. Like, literally, that's what it is. It's the remembrance. It's coming online. It's connecting. Right? It's just like when you learn that you are in control, that your words speak things into existence, that you are the only one that holds resistance. Like, I don't hold resistance. I know that I get everything that I want. I know that I do, and I'm not a spoiled brat about it because, like, I even for a while, like, I'd tell Source, like, when I'm deserving of this, give this to me. When that. But it's like, I know that if I want something and I talk about it, now it comes in my existence. But then I also know the discernment I need to use, because if I say things like, you know, like if I say something like my boss gave me a hard time or whatever yesterday, like I need to, the next thing I know, like my boss is right in front of me, like, what do you want to talk about? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally like that. So when you learn that the power of manifestation, you know, and the access and the tools, right? And it's like the universe loves to co-create with you. And the ones that are more in tune to the universe, and when you're in a loving, beautiful vibration, you're seen more than when you're in the darker side. When you're in the, it's like, there's like fail safes on it, because they ain't gonna let you manifest destruction. They're not. So if you want to be in lower vibrational energies, then you don't have the true power of creation. You are not going to have those abilities and those skills as much as you try. As much as these dark magicians and things like that think that they can manipulate and control. And see, that's why they've tried to harvest energy off the ones that can and try to mirror them and use them. Like, I've literally been in that. So I literally had somebody like almost like a doppelganger, like literally trying to match my frequency, trying to walk next to me. Like, that's when I knew. I was like, you like a fucking sleepwalker. Look at you trying to put your hip to mine and walk the way that I walk. What the fuck? Literally, like, but still, I seen this stuff and I dismissed it because I was like, wow. That's just sad that, like, you're that obsessed and envy me that much that, you know what I mean? Like I was just seeing, like, you need help, you know, you need help, right? And so I was dismissing it because a lot of times, like, that's how I've gotten hung up in cycles and stuff, is because I know from a higher level, like, really it's the jealous and the envious, like, that darkness, like, even our darkest souls, it's really just having the lack of light. And really, I know that it's a piece of me, it's a piece of all of us, that it needs to be healed or whatever. So I've stayed in situations to really try to heal them more, right? I don't like to see things self-destruct. And I don't like to see people go put themselves in more challenging situations and all of that than they need to be. And so I've hung up and see, like, I've been taking advantage of a lot, and Divine's been heavily watching me, and I know that a lot of, like, redirections and stuff, like, time's up. Like, some people, like, they don't even realize the mercy, the chances, the time that I've invested. Some of them are about to find out that, you know, they've reached their maximum time. And it's unfortunate because the ones that can't come online at this time, that can't, it's like you're missing out on such a beautiful time, you know? And yeah, it's unfortunate. 23:03, I just did on the clock, and I realized my phone's like at 5%, so it's gonna be powering down soon. I only have 27 minutes available on this reading. 27:50. All those source code numbers are numbers that I throw out there as numbers are light language, okay? So pay attention to repeating numbers that you see, okay? Synchronicities and things. The universe is always giving you keys and clues and guiding you. 23:30 on the clock, 23:31. There's definitely something with the threes. God, this magical dimensions is just pulling me in today. I love the vibration of the cards. See, look at that solar plexus energy coming out. Told you this is the time of creation, so be in this powerful time. Oh my gosh. All right, I guess I'm just going to close it out here. I'm saying love and light to all of you, always. I did a reading earlier. When you find this one, that one's going to be uploaded. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I know I need to get them out because it's the 11th. So you could take a look at that one as well, where I was talking more about the frequencies or whatever. But remember, this integrates anytime that you're meant to see it. So definitely subscribe to the channel, interact with me more. The more I feel your energy, the more that you can come out in the personal readings that I feel guided to do, especially when, like, I'm pulling on the current energies for that day and I'm looking at love readings and things like that. Portal energies are a little bit different, just so you know, right? And I'm more fast paced, and you could definitely tell when it's a portal day. But if you watch my content daily, you'll know when it's a portal day because of how hyped up I am. Like, it looks like I did some drugs or whatever because I have so much high energy. But no, I don't know. The drugs and alcohol and all of that, they literally block you. Okay, they're for the ones that need an escape from this realm. I get that, and to cover up and to stop and to mask the emotions. But it's also a form of control because they didn't want us to be able to heal. They didn't want us to be able to. So it kind of pauses you. So you have to be able to let go of those addictions if you want to integrate, if you want to retire levels of the mind, right? It's just like pharmaceutical drugs and big pharma and all of that. All those chemicals do is stop your body from being able to. Like even Tylenol, even Motrin, all of that, what does it do? Your body's giving itself a fever because your body is alerting you. It's your alert system. It's letting you know that your body needs to rest. You need to lay down and you need to rest because your body's on high alert because it's fighting off infections and things like that. And it does that as a way to sweat and to cool itself down. But then what do? We take medicine to get away the fever to be like, oh, I feel fine now. Let me go to work. No. Or take your medicine, baby. Go to school. No. That's what I mean. I'm so against all of that stuff. Okay. That's for a whole nother reading. If that interests you, when I'm having my little rants or whatever about all the pharmaceuticals, drugs, and all the hidden things in this realm, then take a look at those. But anyways, love and light to all of you. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. Why have you not clicked the subscribe button yet? My content over here is free. Just subscribe. That way I pop up on your feed. You help others be able to catch my content. Yeah, and just the more you interact, the more I feel your energy, like I said. Liking the videos, commenting, even if you're just sharing emojis. I love the emojis. And, yeah, that's it. All right, bye, guys.